Hey, welcome everybody, Mr. On Demand, man with the master plan, and today I'm doing things a little bit bigger over here. Most people use a NAS that has 2, 4, 8 hard drives. This is one of the few cases that you can actually put together that takes 24 hard drives. This is an open air case, however, but I need the ability to handle that many drives. I'm running a big server with a lot of storage. This is going to end up being my Plex server, my Jellyfin server, my HTTP, my FTP server, my home NAS for my YouTube channel to store all my videos. So this is going to be my new thing, and I'm going to talk all about it in this video while I go ahead and assemble it. Right now I'm just pulling all the parts out. I'm going to show you all the different pieces. We got the flat piece that the motherboard goes onto. Those are the corners, the side pieces that all screw together to make this one entirely huge case. I'm showing you all the box it came in. It was one flat box. One of the cool things about this case also is the fact that it's only around $50, which is really cheap to be able to build yourself a case with these capabilities. So if you're putting your server on a rack or in a server space or in a closet, this is a great option for you. Or if it's going inside of a cabinet, because the cabinet's enclosed already, so the server doesn't have to be an enclosed device. As a matter of fact, sometimes that's worse for it because it ends up running hotter. Those are the plates that all the hard drives screw onto. As you can see, that's all 24 hard drives will screw onto those two plates right there when this server is all completely said and done and completely built. And here's the instructions. You can kind of see from the instructions here, you got a little bag of screws. I'm going to talk a little bit more about those screws here in a minute. Those are the plates right there the fans actually screw onto when this case is completely done and assembled, so that you can put a few different kinds of fans on for cooling. And then these are the side pieces that brace the side together. And there's more of the instruction panel showing you how the unit all assembles together and goes together complete. One of the downsides to this particular case is you do have to assemble it and put it together. That can be a daunting task for some people out there because this is not a standard PC case. You have to do a lot of different things to make this case go together like that. And believe me, it did not go together as easy as that. You might notice that the screws on there are not black screws that came with it. And one of the reasons for that is there was a little mishap with one of the screws, and it caused me a lot of headaches. It actually took me much longer to put this case together than I originally thought it was going to take. There's the broken screw right there that came off, and I actually had to pull out the trusty old Dremel in order to drill out a hole and actually get this computer all completely together. Now you can see me pulling out my bag of tricks, my big old box of different screws, and I'm going ahead and picking out some of the stronger, better screws that I have in my collection instead of the screws that came with it, which were some kind of tin, weak Chinese screws that didn't work for shit. So I had to actually use my own stuff for that. And there it is, all assembled, everybody. That is the open air case. If you're interested in seeing more information on this case, all the 3D printed pieces I do to make this case more of an enclosed case, and what motherboard and chip and all of the hardware I put in it, please subscribe to the video so that you can see all of that future stuff that I do to this. But this was just the case by itself for this video, in case you want to build something like this for yourself and you have an idea on what you get without anything extra.